students, how are you? I hope all of you are fine and you are attending all your online classes. So we will continue with the same chapter, that is the fundamental unit of life. Students, please open page number 61 and today we will discuss about nucleus. So already I have told you that most of the cell contains three main basic components, that is cell membrane, nucleus and the cytoplasm. These are the three basic components which is present in almost all the living cells. Some cells may have additional components, some may not have, like cell wall that is present in plant cell but not in the animal cell. Chloroplasts are present in the plant cells but not in the animal cells. But cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm are present in animal cells also, plant cells also. Now you see here that we have already discussed about cell membrane. This is the outermost flexible membrane or selectively permeable membrane. Then is the cytoplasm, that is the space between nucleus and the cell membrane. It consists of semi-fluid substance which is called as cytoplasm, and this in the center lies nucleus. Okay, so today we will discuss about nucleus. What is nucleus? Now students, first of all, one activity is given here. Okay, this activity 5.7. So I will just tell you in short about this activity. In this activity you will just see the nucleus. Okay, you have discussed about this thing, the onion peel, slide of onion peel in the first class. I think we have discussed how the onion peel looks like, the arrangement of cells in onion peel. So in this activity you will see how the human cheek cells look alike. Okay, now here with the help of an ice cream scoop, just scratch the tissue inside the mouth softly and take a glass slide. In a glass slide, take a drop of water and spread that material of the scoop with the help of a needle on the glass slide, and over it now you put a stain which is called as methylene blue. This stain is used so that you can see the organelles, otherwise everything will look colorless and you will not be able to locate anything. So here the stain which is used is methylene blue. Okay, just put 1 or 2 drops of methylene blue over the material and very carefully cover it with a cover slip so that the air bubbles are not left, and then you see it under the microscope. You will see such type of cells. So this one I am showing you from Eschen's book. When you will view it under the microscope, you will see like this, the cheek cells. Okay, this. So here you will see some dark structures like this. These are the nucleus. This nucleus have picked up the stain methylene blue and is looking and will look blue in color. Okay, suppose if you wouldn't have used that stain methylene blue, then you wouldn't be able to locate the nucleus. So these are the cells. I hope it is clear. Now we will discuss about what is nucleus. Okay, you can open page number 62. I will give you the explanation of nucleus in short. Okay, now I just see this diagram. Again, this is not given in your book, so I am showing you from some different book, that is Eschen book. Okay, so it is given in Eschen book. Now what is a nucleus? As you can see here, this is nucleus. This nucleus is a double layered membrane. I hope you can see here nicely. You can see 2-layer membrane. So this double layered membrane, okay, outer covering of this nucleus is a double layered membrane which is called as nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope. Can you see, students? Okay, now in the center again there is one structure which is called as nucleolus. Student, this nuclear membrane has small pores on it so that the materials from the nucleus can be transported to the cytoplasm, and from the cytoplasm can be transported to the nucleus. So through these pores the transportation of material takes place. Now the space between the nucleus and the nuclear membrane, or you can say the nucleus, contains a substance which is called as nucleoplasm. You can say, see, this is nucleoplasm. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. So this is nucleoplasm, like cytoplasm. Okay, now very important means just try to understand it. Students, in this nucleus you will find in a nucleus of a young cell. Okay, so in a nucleus of a young cell you will find a thread like structure which is called as chromatin. It is called as chromatin. This structure you will find in a young cell. Okay, now when the cell matures, when the cell grows, when the cell matures, this chromatin, it changes into rod shaped structure. I am drawing here, which is called as chromosomes. I hope it is clear. Okay, this will change into rod shaped structures called as chromosomes in a mature cells which is about to divide. You know, cells divide to form more cells. One cell will divide to form two cells. Again, those two cells will divide to form four cells. This is also called as reproduction of cell. Cell is a unicellular organism. So in a unicellular, generally reproduction takes place by this method. Okay, so these are the chromosomes. I hope it is clear. Now what are chromosomes? Students, chromosomes are made up of DNA and proteins. DNA and proteins are associated, or you can say this chromosome is made up of DNA and proteins. I hope it is clear to you. Now what is a DNA? I will just explain you. We will not go in detail. In detail you will study in class 10th in heredity and evolution. Now suppose this is a chromosome. Understood? This is a chromosome in a cell which is about to divide. Now this chromosome is what? This chromosome is nothing but it is a DNA molecule. Understood? This is a structure of a DNA. I am trying to make it simple for you. Okay, so this is a DNA molecule, and here there is proteins are also attached to it, but you don't go much in detail. Just remember, this chromosome is actually nothing but it is DNA. What is DNA? DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. Now you have heard only that chromosomes contain genes, or chromosomes have genes. Genes are not some stars which are attached or which are pasted on the chromosomes. No. You will see this chromosome I told you is a DNA. Now whole of the DNA is not functional. Part of the DNA is functional. Understood? And small parts of this DNA, or small parts of this functional DNA, or you can say the functional part of DNA fragments, okay, are called as genes. Understood? I told you whole of the DNA is not functional, but the DNA that functional, the part which is functional, in that part the fragments, not whole, the small fragments are called as genes. So in this DNA, this is of one chromosomes. There are in humans there are 23 pairs of chromosomes, means 46 chromosomes. So this is a DNA. So in this DNA, this is gene, then this is gene, this is gene. So likewise there are large number of genes in a chromosome. I can say chromosome also, because chromosome is nothing but DNA. Now all these genes are different. All these genes are different means they control different characters. Let us say this gene, let us say it controls the color of the eyes. Let us say this gene, it controls the color of the hairs. This gene, color of the or shape of the ears. Let us say this controls some disease. Okay, so all these genes are different. The repetition of genes is not same, or two same genes will not code for or will not control a particular character. You cannot say that these two genes are will control the color of the eyes. No. Understood or no? all your characters, whatever you do, how you speak, how you walk, what you every and each, everything, every activity, everything is controlled by this DNA. That is why DNA is called as blueprint of life. I hope it is clear. Now students, this is a chromosome. Chromosome is made up of DNA. DNA has genes, and this chromosome is present in the nucleus. Now students, suppose this is a cell of a parent. Okay, now what happens, it is this DNA. Okay, now these are the genes. Okay, these genes are controlling different characters of a parent. Now this DNA, it is transferred from the parent to the offspring, parent to the new baby or a offspring or a young one. So it is this DNA which from the parent gets transferred to the child or to the offspring, and you can say the characters of a parent that is transferred to the offspring. I hope it is clear to everyone now. Okay, so that is why we call DNA as a hereditary material, because the characters of a parent in the form of a DNA that is transferred to the offspring. I hope it is clear to everyone nicely now. Now you can see here, please, this all I have explained you. Now please underline, the nucleus plays an important role in cellular reproduction, the process by which a single cell divides and forms two new cells. It also plays a crucial part along with the environment in determining the way the cell will develop. Okay, so this I already told you, the cell divides into two, and the nucleus, it plays an important role in division, which is also called as reproduction. Now students, in some organisms like bacteria, the nuclear membrane is not properly developed, and here what happens, the nuclear material, the genetic material like chromosomes, okay, they lie freely in the cytoplasm, and such type of cells are called as prokaryotic cells, or such organisms are called as prokaryotes. For example, organisms whose cell lack a nuclear membrane. Now prokaryotic cells also lack most of other organelles, okay, present in the eukaryotic cells. So there are certain organelles which are present in the eukaryotic cells but are not present in the prokaryotic cells. Many of the functions of such organelles are also performed by poorly organized parts of the cytoplasm. So I hope everyone has understood what is nucleus, what is DNA, what is chromosome. Okay, so today we will do till here only, and in the next class we will discuss about cytoplasm, and then we will discuss about different cell organelles. I hope all of you are understanding, and if you have any doubt, please clarify during your doubt clarification session. But I see that no one asked any question except one or two students. Once Suchitra, she asked one question. Other than that, no one asked. Students, don't hesitate. Please clarify your doubts. Okay. So today we will do till here only. Rest in the next class, and for your chemistry test, whatever we have done, please revise that portion and make a separate test copy that will include the 3 portions of the science book, that is physics, chemistry and biology. Or you can divide also it, you can divide the copy into 3 parts, and if you want you can write together also. Okay, thank you.